Good morning, Phil Thatch here at Snoopers Rock. Only my second time here, and look who I've brought with me today. World famous landscape photographer.
Oh my God.
Hey Percy.
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on, brother? This your first time here, right?
Yeah, it is.
What do you think?
It's really beautiful. I'm looking forward to that sunrise.
Percy said, we're not going to see a cloud inversion today. I don't think we'll see one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. This place is absolutely stunning, as Thomas Heaton would say. And we've been joined by 12 van mates of ours who are having a meditation this morning. This first shot is a 30-second exposure. It was really early. We had first gotten there. Percy was setting up his shot, so he's really blurry. But the folks who were observing the sunrise from the University of Tennessee in Knoxville were almost stationary. In my composition, I've got the front of Snoopers Rock with all the lovely meditators, and it is fantastic because you can really get the sense of how amazing this scene is with an audience enjoying it. So I'm shooting f11, 14 millimeters, got the camera dead level. So you got the rock in the foreground and the mountain is directly in the center across. You can see the cloud inversion and the sky. I think as the sun comes up, I may go to f22 and maybe try to get a sun star, but right now I'm in f11. I was actually at 19 millimeters. I said 14 in the video, but this is that shot, just kind of watching Percy work. And here is what Percy was working on. Beautiful shot here that he made with his 5D Mark IV. So Percy is setting up a panorama. He's thinking about using the official Thomas Heaton 70-200 f4 Canon lens. What body you got there, Percy? Don't fall now.
5D Mark II.
5D Mark II.
Excuse me, 5D Mark IV.
Okay. Percy's a Canon man, and that's all right.
Got all that old junk stuff.
Percy, tell me about your shot.
I think I got about 8 different pano shots here.
Yeah? What's your settings? Looks like 4 seconds, f13. Is that what I'm reading?
Yeah. I don't know why I'm shooting f13 though.
That's a good number.
I like f11.
Getting closer to the sun cresting the mountain over there.
What time is it?
Let's see, it's supposed to, we got 6 minutes, I think. About 6 minutes till sunrise.
Boy, you fat boy.
So I'm using the Z6 and the FTZ and the 14-24. It looks like I'm at about 19 millimeters, give or take.
Where's all these people parked at?
They're all in that one van. That's like a 15-passenger van. Y'all could probably. I'm telling you, that's smart too. The last time I came here, the whole parking area up high was full, down here was full. About the same number of people. Y'all got them all in one car.
Where y'all from? UTC?
UTK.
Oh, cool. My daughter just toured UTK day before yesterday. I think she's gonna go up there. She's a big fan of the football program. Sorry. Should be now. Should be right now. Of course, with that mountain, it may take a minute to clear the mountain, but it should be right now. Wow, you can actually see it moving. That's awesome. Several of the clips in this section of the video have been sped up. Oh yeah, definitely got a sun star for sure. Heard a red-tailed hawk just then. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
So good.
Whoa, did you see the hummingbird? Damn, I wish I had shot when that hummingbird was right there.
Maybe you'll get a
Yeah, I mean, it flew up and hovered for like a half a second. Look over there at the light on those clouds. Well, what do you think about your first trip to Snoopers Rock, Percy?
It is beautiful.
Isn't that awesome?
It is really
Look,
beautiful.
there goes a hummingbird.
Hummingbird.
Yeah, it's still flying around. It was in my shot for a second, and I didn't snap
Oh, you
because I
didn't
was
get
too
it?
busy going, hummingbird!
It is beautiful up here.
Absolutely amazing.
Look at all that fog or right on those trees down here.
Yeah, I mean, there's, you know, we're getting the obvious shot, but there's plenty of others to be made for sure.
I like it.
Percy and I both made 17x6 panoramas, and this one is mine. I was really pleased with it. It's probably my favorite shot of the day. And here is the scrolling version of my panorama, and I'll present Percy's panorama exactly in this same way. This was right as the sun was about to completely crest the mountain, which I believe is Elder Mountain. And then Percy and I also each made a 16x9 crop. This is much later. I was at 14 millimeters on this one, and the sun is well clear of the mountain. So here is Percy's panorama, also a 17x6. Very beautiful. It's interesting to see how each of us interpreted the scene. Pretty much the exact same scene, just a little bit differently. Of course, you can see in the video that Percy was standing a little bit to my right, but I really like his panorama, and here it is. And then here is Percy's 16x9 shot. 16x9 shot. His was at 24 millimeters. Very beautiful. I like it quite a bit. And then I didn't make this shot, and it's not an obvious shot to make, but very beautiful, and I'm glad Percy made it and shared it with us. If you own a drone, it's not a matter of will you crash it, it's a matter of when. And for me, that day was this day. This is the final flight of my DJI Phantom 4 Pro, or at least the final flight of it with a camera on it. I flew out a little ways, checking out the sunrise, and then I flew back, and you can see us waving. There's a couple on Snoopers Rock there with Percy and I, and eventually there's a proposal from them. And then as I fly down the bluff, I was going to make a fly up the bluff shot right after this with us waving as it clears the rocks. But I ran into something, and I don't really know what, to be honest. So I had to climb down the hill, and it was so hard to climb down the hill. I didn't document it very much. This is looking up at Snoopers Rock from the bottom, but the mountain, of course, goes way further down than just this one bluff. And I finally found 3 more bluffs down, or a total of 3 bluffs down. I finally found the helicopter. There it is. Camera's knocked off, and the battery was out of it as well. Well, the crashed aircraft is recovered. The camera is completely knocked off the gimbal. The battery was knocked out and was laying right on the edge of this rock I'm standing on. So I'm standing right here, and we'll look back up the mountain. There's one level of rock. That's not Snoopers Rock. Snoopers Rock is 2 more levels up from there. I'm going to try to go back that way where I came and climb back up. The drone was on the other side of that bluff right there. I'm making my way kind of around the bluff. It's not quite as steep. See the next rocky alcove right there in between the two. Well, I could come down it there. I don't know if I can go back up. From the bottom of that bluff, climbing up from kind of down there to here, and I'm on this somewhat dry stream bed. Last time we were here, there had been a lot of rain. Not so much this time. A lot of moss. It's going to be slick. Long way to go. I am winded. I've made it a lot of way up the stream, but as you can see behind me, I've kind of met an impassable point. That's about 20 feet straight up and kind of inverted up some of the way. So I'm going to go up the side of it where that tree's laying down. So right down there is where that steep part of the stream was, and I came up the side, and that's Snoopers Rock right there. And I still, of course you can't go up that, or I can't. I have to go up there. I got to get back to the stream and climb up the rest of the way to the trail from there. On the stream now, way down there is where that big cliff part was. And I got a pretty steep little climb right here, but it's only about 5 or 6 feet, and there's kind of some stair-like rock. So, and then I got to scale all that, and about another 20 or 30 yards, I think the trail's there. I'm back at Snoopers Rock with the helicopter, and as you can see, the camera got knocked completely off, and the whole gimbal, or the most of it. So I guess the excuse I needed to buy a Mavic Air has been completed. Time to go shopping. Well, Percy and I are continuing our morning in Prentice Cooper State Forest. We've had us a great time with some cloud inversion at Snoopers Rock. I flew my drone and crashed it, broke the camera off. But look at this. Look what we've just run across. This crazy field of trees is fantastic. Percy, you got any idea what kind of trees those are?
They're all straight looking.
Yeah, bunch of straight trees over here.
I don't know.
They're beautiful though, and got great light coming across. I thought, because I climbed down the side of the mountain.
They don't have many leaves on them, do they?
No, they don't. I climbed down the side of the mountain and rescued the drone and wasted a lot of time during good light. But we had heard about this place, or I had, and I knew we were going to go here. But anyway, the light is still pretty on these trees, even though it's not golden hour light. Let me see what time it is. It's 9:17, so it's about a couple hours past sunrise. Okay, so we're in this forest. These trees are definitely planted by man. If you look straight down, the rows are dead straight. I'm shooting kind of at an angle, so you can't really tell, but you can take advantage of the nice gaps between the trees. There's some foliage on the ground, which kind of clutters the scene up, but it's not bad, and the sun's coming across at an angle. I've got my circular polarizer on with the 70 to 200, and I'm shooting at 200 millimeters vertical. Looks, Percy's down the way. He's got him a composition worked out. I think he's going to try to get some flowers in the foreground. So here's Percy's shot that he was working on while I was working on mine, and I really like this shot with the flowers in the foreground and these awesome looking straight trees, as Percy calls them, in the background. I like this quite a bit. But I'm at f11 1/30th of a second ISO 100. I'm kind of underexposing it just a little bit according to what the meter wants, just to make sure that I don't have any overexposed parts where the sun's shining so hard. As you can see, you're looking straight at the tree from where the sun is. The camera's looking at the tree with the sun shining just on one side, which will give the tree more depth. And I don't want any of that right-hand side of the tree to be overexposed. So that's why I'm underexposing the whole scene a little bit, just to make sure to save that part. The worst thing about crashing the drone was we did not get golden hour light on these trees like I had planned. I still like this. I like that the background's really dark. I found another composition I'm fond of. It's another vertical composition. This tree here with the unusually bent trunk is the main focus. And I think I'm down to 70 millimeters on this one to try to get more of the tree in, but I'll still probably crop it 4x5 in the end. I'm going to make a vertical of that same shot, same settings, because I really like that tree. I ended up making 3 different versions of this bent tree in a straight tree forest because I liked it so much. A couple of 3x2s, and then here's a 1x1 Instagram style that, you know what, I haven't shared it on Instagram. I guess I need to. And here is the final 3x2, a little bit, I think that's zoomed back some to make it a different composition. When we first got here, I was trying to take pictures that hid the fact that these trees were planted in exact rows, And I made a few shots like that, and then I decided that I would try to celebrate the fact that these trees are planted in exact rows. So the composition I've got worked out now, it kind of uses that row as leading lines. I'll try to show it to you on the video. I've got the camera not pointing straight down the alley of trees. I've got it pointing slightly to the left and the camera sitting slightly to the right, which makes the alley come back and the trees have a nice leading line. I'm focused on the very first tree on the left at f11, so it should be good and in focus, and the focus should just kind of trail off as you go down the alley. Got the circular polarizer on to try to make those greens really pop. And of course the sun's coming in from the right hand side, so the tree trunks should have nice depth to them. Shooting at 1/30th of a second, f11, ISO 100. I'm not seeing any blinkies there, so that should be a keeper. So there is the leading lines straight tree forest shot. Really hope to come back to this same place and make pictures again someday. Now what kind of filter is that, Percy?
That's a 2-stop.
Is it a, what brand?
Stingray.
Stingray's got,
that
Stingray maybe.
Stingray made down in Florida.
That's cool. Can you fit that on any lens? Has it got adapters for different filter threads?
Well, yeah. You got to have one of these things to.
Yeah, but I mean that's got to attach to the lens somehow.
Yeah, it's with an adapter ring like this.
Gotcha.
Right,
so that you could put that on different size lenses.
Well, this particular thing here works on a 77mm.
Ah, gotcha.
I've got another one for a 67mm that I can use on a 7200.
Perfect.
But,
I wonder if they make one, because see this here, my 14-24 doesn't have threads. So I wonder if they make one that could fit around that and drop that filter in front of it. That would be cool.
Well, somewhere on the internet, there's a guy that made one of those things.
Yeah, I know Lee makes one, a custom one for this. It costs like $1 jillion.
Well, this guy made one out of a.
Ah, well, that's a Lee filter right there. Or
this is a Lee filter holder.
Yeah, I noticed that your adapter, this said Lee on it.
Yeah.
But the filter itself is by this Stingray guy.
Yeah. And a lot of people are using breakthrough. They're supposed to be the best.
Yeah.
Breakthrough photography.
It seems like I've heard of those.
Yeah, or what's the name uses it all the time.
All right, well, old Percy and I have had quite the adventure. Snoopers Rock down the road and up here at these crazy trees. I crashed my drone and had to climb down a cliff. Hopefully Percy will share some pictures with us so I can show them to you in the video. What do you think about that, Percy?
I think we can handle that.
All right, well, if that's the case, then you will have already seen them and you're probably oohing and eyeing and wishing he would start his own YouTube channel because he is quite the photographer.
Oh, no, don't give me that.
He's modest too. Yeah. But anyway, we've had a great day, and if anybody wants to buy a slightly used DJI Phantom 4 Pro camera-free edition, just let me know, hit me up, and I'll make you a great deal on it. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.
You guys take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.